I kind of wanted to talk about in the previous couple of videos, I've talked about the first line of defense, the second line of defense, intramuscular proteins or intraproteins, dipeptides, phosphates, second line of defense being the NHE, MCT, and MBC channels, and how um, the waste in the muscle goes to the blood, and how the blood will also dump things off into the muscle, like for example bicarbonate, which will jump on the free hydrogen to lower the or to raise the pH in the muscle in order to get it more basic, and that eventually will in turn decrease the pH in the blood because we're putting the waste from the muscle into the blood. Obviously we need to get rid of that eventually because we can't have acidic blood. I just wanted to see how that all I wanted to talk about how that all tied in with the cardiovascular system. So like I mentioned earlier, left ventricle is going to pump blood into the aorta. That blood, or it's going to be oxygenated because we got that blood from the blood went through the lungs, picked up O2. That O2 sat on the hemoglobin of the red blood cells. That blood then went to the left ventricle, eventually, skipping some steps, went to the aorta, went to the arteries, went to the arterioles, went to the capillaries. Now we're at the muscle that needs O2. That muscle is going to have a buildup of CO2. That CO2 is going to be pushed into the blood. The O2 is then going to be dropped into the muscle. That CO2 is going to mix with H2O because we have water in our blood. That CO2 and H2O is going to make carbonic acid. However, we are not raising or we are not decreasing the pH in this scenario because there are no free hydrogen ions. So while it is carbonic acid, it is not decreasing the pH. We need free hydrogen ions to do that. That carbonic acid is then going to shuttle through the barriers and is going to become HCO3 plus hydrogen ions. The way we got that hydrogen ion was from the co-ejection from the MCT channel, which sent lactate and hydrogen into the blood. So now we have that carbonic acid mixing, or that carbonic acid is going to dissolve to bicarbonate and hydrogen ion. That hydrogen ion is going to move onto the hemoglobin, which is what it dissolves the hemoglobin because acids dissolve. That hydrogen ion dissolves the hemoglobin. O2 is then sent into the muscle, which is what allows us to get oxygen in the muscle. That bicarbonate is now going to become in the plasma and is going to mix with another hydrogen ion. That hydrogen ion comes from the NHE and MCT channel, which came from the muscle, co-ejecting. So now we have a we have that dissolves the bicarbonate, the hydrogen ions now. Boom. That's how one way that we can increase the pH of the blood. And now we have carbonic acid. That carbonic acid is going to go through the veins, the venules, the veins, onto the right side of the heart, and eventually once it reaches the lungs, it is going to dissolve into CO2 and H2O, in which we exhale out.